interesting. And yeah, that was the last time I did take a pineapple and an Amazonian frog to a hockey game.
That's fair. Do you know what? If you haven't taken a pineapple and Amazonian frog to a hockey game, where have you been all your life?
You only learn once from doing it, so that's that. Oh,
Exactly.
anyways, yeah, we'll jump on it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sit Down for Stand Up. I've got me a great comedian. I was going to say Scouse, but I'll get told off for that. From Wirral, Thomas Owen. How's it going, brother? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a long day, full-time job, followed by parenting, and rush back, but happy to be here.
Oh, man, I'm thrilled to have on you. I mean, like, I've seen some of your stuff, and yeah, I thought you was absolutely brilliant, and I wanted to sort of, get you on. Don't know if you know much about the podcast, so it's your story, how you got into comedy, why did you get into comedy? I know you are a naughty little roaster, which
I haven't won yet, so
it's a different art form, man. It's a complete different art form. But we'll jump onto that in a second. So I'll sort of start off how I usually start off, Thomas. I'm gonna call you Tom now, because we're besties.
Tom's great. You're not my mother.
Thomas, hey, I'm not gonna full name you, am I? Thomas Owen. So
Thomas, you
so
no good.
Master Owen, then Lord Owen, Duke of Owen.
No,
I don't give.
definitely not Lord. No,
It's been a long day, hasn't it?
it has been a long day.
So, Tom, how, when, and why did we get into comedy?
It started about 18 months ago. I just found I had like one free evening of the week. I just needed to vent. I suppose that's what comedy is. Comedy's for therapy. Comedy's therapy for people who can't afford therapy.
Man's therapy. I always say that, brother.
I've had three lots of therapy and it was fucking expensive. And if anything's helped my mental health more, it's been this, and it's been a fucking roller coaster. So yeah, I just look for. I love writing. I've always written like I play D&D, so you're always
Cool.
writing stuff there. Like I just enjoy crafting something and being able to take that to other people. People enjoying that. That's incredible, really.
Okay. I know this is completely comedy irrelevant, but D&D. Have you ever done? Have you ever been the game master? Or
Oh yeah, I've run game a few. I've been the dungeon master a few times. I've
that's a
run
pleasure.
three campaigns, I think,
Okay.
with Fairies of Ineptitude, which is just like comedy, really.
I've always wanted to do a Warhammer 40k Dungeons and Dragons.
There is one.
Is there?
There's a TT tabletop role playing book for 40k. Yeah,
Oh, would love to do because like 40k is my vice. So I'd
yeah.
love to, but I think I'd always be a bit of a prick. Like it's like the guys who's like, oh, you've seen all the skits on Dungeons and Dragons where it's like they'll never leave the tavern. It's just like that.
Yeah,
So
there's already a 40k one. My the three lads I play with, they're all into plastic crack.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, man, that's what we call it, plastic crack. So you knew straight away by calling it plastic crack. And so I'm back onto comedy then. You started 18 months ago. Sort of how has it progressed since then?
It's been up and down. Like I did the frog this year, and I did a grand total of 55 seconds, which I think is one of the worst it's ever been.
Uh,
Absolutely bombed in front of Brennan Reese. Like
was there a reason?
someone took pictures of me, and you could see Brennan's face just drop further and further as the 55 seconds must have felt an eternity. Um, but I'm back there in 2 weeks. I get to redeem
Nice.
myself, same MC, hopefully more confidence, better material. Who knows? Maybe
Okay,
even beat it this time.
maybe. Well, how about we aim for a minute now, and then we'll work out. We'll do like small increments every time. I mean, what was the 55 seconds? I beat the Frogs quite a lenient gong show, if you don't mind me saying. Well,
But I think if you are safe and competent, a lot of people, the two guys who were on before me was semi-pro, and they did a lot of everything was super safe.
uh, I mean, yeah,
Like,
you don't want the people before you to be heavy hitters, but then I think with gong shows, they should be for people who've only had like 2, 3 years experience. I think it's a bit of a cop out because it's like it being so professional going to a gong show. It's like, well, you know, you're going to do it. I think it's for people to like showcase themselves more, to like expose
Oh,
themselves to
definitely.
things more.
I did. So you think you're funny this
Yeah,
year, which is a newbie's talent.
yeah,
I think you've got to have done like less than 24 months.
yeah.
And one of the guys on it had beat the frog. He beaten King Gong.
Okay,
Like
that's a bastard. That one. King Kong.
I had to follow him. I had to follow this guy afterwards. I didn't know like he was good. And I went, he was good. He was. And I looked at his Instagram afterwards. I was like, fuck me.
Yeah,
Like I've been doing this 12, 14 months now, and I've got to follow this guy.
yeah. It's a bit of a cop out, but yeah, I'd like. I think that competition stuff they should be for people who want to, make a name for themselves, not ones who are already on the track. Because, like, yeah, so you can go there, you can do your solid five, no issue. Like, and there's so what joke did you do that sort of turned their stomachs?
I'd tried to mock Elon Musk,
Okay,
in what I thought was quite clever satire, um, but it wasn't. It wasn't clever. It wasn't funny. And as I said, the two people on before me, semi-pro, paid gigs every week,
yeah,
like really safe stuff. Happy. Like they both beat the frog. They both beat the 5 minutes, but they didn't beat the frog.
yeah,
Like that shows like the level of remembrance, I suppose, to their set.
yeah. Oh, really?
But but I just wasn't. My head had fallen off a bit as well. I didn't. First time in the Frog and Bucket in Manchester, and it's quite an iconic venue in the northwest. Really,
Well, I'd say one of the iconic ones. It
you've
is.
got the big four, haven't you? Really, from the north, you've got Frog and Bucket. Then you've got the stand up in Newcastle.
Yeah,
Uh, then you've got the
hot
new
water.
Glee Club in Leeds, and then obviously my home from home, Hot Water.
So it is a renowned one. So other than the Gong Show, we spoke about roast battles. Why did you decide to jump into them?
Honestly, I think a lot of comedians will say the same thing. You will almost do anything to forge ahead your career or whatever trajectory you're going on. So I did my first roast battle, I think, 4 months after I'd done my first, booked 10.
Yeah,
Not paid 10, but booked 10.
nice.
And it went okay. It went okay. But it's a good writing exercise. That's all it is.
Hmm.
A roast battle is how far you can push right in without it being super offensive and being you've got to be clever with it. You can't just call someone a nonce or call someone fat.
Yeah.
How can you make calling someone a nonce or calling someone fat or calling someone gay
Hmm.
clever, not punching down?
Okay. I believe there's no such thing as punching down. In my speaking to I've had Adam Bloom on the pod. Speaking to him, and if you feel like you're punching down and someone gets offended over a joke, they all of a sudden become the problem in society. So that instantly means you're punching up again. So
That's
it's like,
fair. I feel that if you take aim at one set, it's just like that is punching down. If you are purposely aiming at something, you are punching down. Like,
well, mine is today. Like you were like, okay, does anyone in the crowd have cancer? Oh, you do. Okay, this joke is about you. Then yeah,
yeah,
you are a dickhead. You are a wanker.
yeah,
Fuck
yeah. And
yourself.
if you can make it funny and make like a positive end to that, that's fine. But if you make it like, oh, people with cancer, how horrible are they? You
Yeah,
are punching down.
yeah, yeah. But then that's not funny. Do you know what I mean? I think like, as long as it's funny, it comes with a place of creativity. Like you said with the roast battling. I mean, I'm a fat guy. If someone called me a fat prick, it's like, okay, brilliant. Like, there's no juice in that. But if they got creative with it, you're like, you know what? You admire the art. So it doesn't matter if it's about you. As long as it's good, funny, and creative, you enjoy it.
Well, that was I did a roast battle a couple of months ago, and the lads' first like section was Tom lives on the Wirral. He's a Tory, buys the Sun, and it died like fucking tumbleweeds roll
The
past.
Tory who buys the sun.
Yeah, you can't. If you buy the Sun in Liverpool, you're officially a scumbag because of the Hillsborough disaster.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
but
But I thought the
that was his
Sun was usually
whole.
referred to like as a left wing newspaper.
No, no,
Not up
no.
north.
The Sun is
Oh,
not a left
but
wing
down
now.
here, if you buy the Sun, like well, I don't know who buys the Sun since page 3 was gone. But like,
But yeah, it's because Ailes were like, you buy the son, you fish. But that was his start of his roast, and it died. And the two guys, Freddie Quinn and Jordan Ducharme, who were hosting it, just looked at him like, it's not a roast. That's just, he went, that's verging on slander there.
yeah. Well, I know Liverpool. Well, they've had a bit of a hard time of it lately, haven't they? In the news, like, though, like hard times have come upon like the city of Liverpool, like with that guy running over the crowd with Jota. It's like, yeah, it's been an upsetting time for Liverpool.
I think everywhere has that though, don't they? You look at moving away from comedy slightly. Birmingham, the bin men went on strike for 3 months. There was
I saw them
6 tons of
pictures.
rubbish.
I was like, but with Liverpool, it's
Um,
like, what was your views then on Andrew Lawrence's statement? Did you see that?
no, I didn't know.
It was about an hour after the crowd got run over in Liverpool, and it was like, to be fair, I'd run over the crowd to get out of Liverpool.
Wow, it was just silly. I
Yeah,
think people, again, it goes back to he's a pro comedian. He gets 3-figure paid gigs, but now no one in the Northwest will hire him ever again because he's gone, oh, I can get a few internet likes for this. It'll be reposted. But if starts going viral, starts getting reposted, people are going to see that and go, oh, it's not what we want.
100%. So, like, when we mentioned, oh, like, you can joke about anything, which I truly mean you can, but it also means you need to stand by what you say and you need to accept the consequences of your word. Actions do still have words. And if,
Oh, of course, actions have consequences, don't they? It's like
yeah.
D&D. Every action has a consequence.
Okay, so I was trying to do a joke there, unless you've got a D20 die, but I really fucking shut
There's a,
that one out the bag.
there's a few people who roll that ones, I suppose.
Fair enough. So, how do you what is sort of your writing material like? What is your writing process? Do you sort of do like premise, punchline, or do you write everything out word for word?
Honestly, I will write a singular word and I will riff on that until I find what I enjoy about that joke. So,
Okay.
like, earlier this year, I woke up in the middle of the night and I just put DNR in my phone.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I went, what have I written out here? And
Mm.
I went, oh, do not resuscitate. I was like, that must be, like, there's something funny about do not resuscitate wards. Like, they're mental. Like, if you're a doctor or a nurse on a DNR ward, what's your actual job? You're not keeping people alive, are you?
It's the
So,
cushionest job in the world.
honestly, yeah. Like the whole thing was how many people would Shipman have got away with if he worked on a DNR ward?
Oh, that's funny. That is actually.
If you unplug someone's life support to charge your phone, would anyone notice?
So, what sort of jokes do you usually do? You like deadpan, one liner, storyteller,
Um,
observationalist?
I went to Edinburgh this year. My
Okay.
first gig at Edinburgh, I had 5 shows that were one-liner shows, and I've not. Everyone writes a one-liner every now and again.
Yeah.
I had to write 5 minutes of one-liner jokes,
Okay.
and then I was still writing stuff while I was in Edinburgh. So, like, I was writing silly jokes. Like, I drove up to a wheat field. I turned left. 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 I was going in crop circles.
Yeah.
Just silly stuff like that. But then, like, as we were leaving Edinburgh, I was like, oh, I've heard they're doing sleeveless jackets for paedophiles. Gillet Maxwell.
Brilliant.
So I enjoy writing one-liners, and they're nice to, like, when you have a gap or you're trying to put together a story and you've got 2 bits,
Yeah.
just throw a one-liner in the middle of it.
Like, I do use a couple like one-liners as like little segues, segments. So, are you predominantly a one-line comedian then?
No, I love a story. So
Cool.
the
Yeah.
Do Not Resuscitate thing was 5 minutes long. One of the first bits, like the story length bits I wrote, was about Bruce Forsyth.
Okay. Cool.
And it was about, like, do you know, I love weird bits of history. So, like, Steve Bruce, the
Mhm.
football manager,
Yep.
he wrote a trilogy of football murder mystery novels.
Awesome.
Like, just crazy. Like, things that people don't really know, but are just floating about. If you can write something, like if you can write something about when Noel Edmonds created the box, he said cures cancer, a few positive vibes. Like people like, what are you on about? Like this is a real thing. Like one of the recent ones has been Mattel, who make Barbie, are making a diabetic Barbie.
Well, so it's like a fat Barbie.
I haven't seen the design, but as soon as I read the story, I was like, oh, I wonder if it comes with a detachable foot.
I did see. I know this is really like on a. I went out. What was it? I was in Toys R Us for some reason. What was it? I was buying a you know, one of them like cardboard arcade Pac-Man things.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
like 300-400 quid, and they had a disabled Barbie in a wheelchair. And I thought it was quite funny because it was next to Black Barbie. It was almost like they made like a really like diverse shit like segment in
Just a
Barbie.
diverse line of Barbie. They put all the white Barbies on a different shelf. They'd segregated them
No,
accidentally.
wheelchair Barbie was on the top fucking shelf. It
Oh,
wasn't even on the bottom one. Oh, that was a lie, but that was fucking okay. There's a joke there somewhere.
oh,
Brilliant.
yeah.
So, okay, I'll always ask this question. What's the worst joke you've ever written? And you think back and you go, why the fuck did I think that was funny?
I think the Elon Musk thing I thought was funny, and uh, it worked well at a gig, and I went, oh, well, do it at the next gig, and it died, and I went, oh, that was something I'll never do again, I suppose.
Is
When I
that a bit of the room
started,
as well? If you've gone after two semis, no matter what you like pull out, sometimes it's just not going to work.
no, but
Okay.
I suppose when I said comedies like therapy for people who can't afford therapy,
Yeah.
I wrote about something really personal, and it affected another person who's like in my life, but not like a proper fixture. And they went, "You shouldn't do this. This has been like obviously you're on hot water. That was recorded. You did it at another gig." I was like, "Right, okay. Well, I'll move away from that sort of thing." So I try and keep my comedy less personal now and about just like I suppose either I try and write jokes about how I look,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
change how I look every 3 to 4 months. So last year I run a gig in Wallasey in a pub, and I grew my hair out and shaved it all off. Macmillan Shave the Brave.
Oh, man.
A brave shave. I got £600, which was really good. I
Nice.
got people at the gig to shave my hair off. But I made jokes like on the run up to that. I said I must be the only guy who looks both like John Lennon and John Lennon's killer at the same time.
Brilliant.
Uh, so I make, and then like, because I've grown this facial hair now, I made a joke going, like, I'll change my opening line of, because you've always got to introduce yourself and you go, oh, the facial hair I've grown at the moment is what I would call 90s sitcom dad,
Brilliant.
apart from Bill Cosby, because he's a sexual predator. Instead of saying he's like, or if people go, oh, he's a sexual predator, you reverse that and go, no, he's black. So you've got two ways of
Different
bouncing that one.
avenues.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you? Oh no, I'll jump with that question in a second because you said you jumped up to Fringe. Would you say Fringe is worth it nowadays, or would you say?
Oh, you know what? I've got a few friends who are like semi-pro that did full hour shows. They've been up there for 3, 4 shows. They've done several fringes, 5-star ratings on the reviews this year. Really proud of them. Like they're really good. They're not at circuit level yet, but they just need to get past being, I suppose, a festival comedian.
Okay.
Um, but they got up, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to go up. I'm going to try this. And I had a really limited, being a parent, I had to be back to look after my son on a Sunday. So
Yeah.
dropped him off Thursday night, went up Friday, first thing in the morning, came back last thing on Saturday.
Mm.
I had the best time. It is such a learning experience. You will meet people you'll probably never see again, but it's great to make a connection. It's great to stay at the shows and support the shows that you're on, the compilation shows,
Mhm.
but then also go see something that isn't comedy. Go see a magic show. Go see a comedy magic show, go see a musical show. The one show I went to watch with my girlfriend, we went to watch a show about Norse mythology, but
Oh,
told via wrestling,
brilliant. Awesome.
and it was incredible.
Who won?
It, um, it was about Ragnarok,
Okay,
so it
cool.
was
Yeah.
about Loki and Odin.
Yeah. Loki tricking Odin.
Well, Odin manipulates Loki, and then Loki manipulates other people, and then they nearly get killed at the end, but they bring it back and they're friends, etc. And it's a really well told, athletic. The actors were still funny throughout it. It was great. I think it was like £10 a ticket as well.
Hmm. Sounds.
Phenomenal stuff. And it's in this big circus tent as well, so it had this real like circus vibe to it.
Hmm. Okay, cool. I mean, like I said, I've never been up to Fringe. It's not even on my bucket list either. Like, to be honest, like, yeah, I think it's because I suffer quite badly from ADHD. I couldn't sit still for an hour.
You don't need.
Like,
Well, that's the thing. If you're on in the middle or whatever, it's just like going to a normal show.
yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah,
I can't do that. I have like 3 cigarettes, just to like move around. That's just me though. Okay, when it comes to being a new comedian, how would you like sort of like benchmark your progression? Like, where would you want to be after like 10 gigs, 50 gigs, 100 gigs, 200 gigs?
well, I did things all backwards. So I went to this open mic and I went, well, if this guy can run an open mic,
Yeah.
I've got a background in planning things and
Okay.
organizing things. I'll just run my own gig.
Hmm.
I didn't have any contacts apart from the people I did this open mic with.
Hmm.
And I've been running my own gig for nearly 2 years now, so that's exciting.
Okay, let's
Like
plug it. What is it?
it's just got it. My promotion's called DIY comedy events.
Oh, why comedy events? Is that in Wirral?
Yeah, yeah. So I used to run two gigs.
Yeah.
I had a falling out with the owner in one of them. He didn't think it was worth the money, but I offered a solution, and he was like, "No, we can do this instead," and that's fine. It's his venue.
Yeah.
Like I'll offer a service. If he doesn't think that service is worthwhile, that's fine. All
Yeah.
you do is you go find somewhere else that will do that because gigs will always come and go. Places will always want to try something
Yeah.
to get
100%.
people in on certain days.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah,
So
100% agree.
I ran it in a craft beer pub 20 minutes away from my house,
Okay,
which
cool.
is my vibe completely. The pub went under different. This is the original gig. The pub went under a load of different ownership, and as it got messy with the different owners coming in and out,
Yeah.
I just went to a pub round the corner and said, "I've got this gig. Do you want to take it on? I can
Yeah.
run it for a quarter of whatever you take on the bar that night." So it's busy. I might make 100, £150. I'll give the headliner act £40. £10 goes to the woman who makes my graphic design and posters, and I'll take the rest. And if I can pay the other acts,
Perfect.
like
Yeah.
if I can give them £10 for expenses, happy
Yeah.
days. But it's a month by month thing. I will always make enough to pay the headliner, and
Okay.
the other 3 to 4 acts who are on, I will give the stage time that they need.
To
So I'll
get to
give
the
them
next
a
stage.
I'll give them a loose 10 minutes. So if they
Right.
want to go over a bit, if they want to do 12, 15 minutes,
Mm.
I'm more than happy to. I don't need to flash them. They're trying something as long as they're not absolutely bombing, in
Yeah.
which I will give them an indicator to wrap it up, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's how I started. I thought this is the quickest way to get a paid gig. There was no other gigs like that in my area. And it gave comedians who weren't getting gigs in my area, because obviously hot water's on the doorstep.
Mm.
You've got to be so good consistently to get on that stage, even on a Sunday night, on your act night.
Mm.
Like the lineup for Sunday night for free in hot water is Phil Chapman, Freddie Quinn,
Mm.
Carl Porter, and Reginald D. Hunter.
Yes, there's some heavy hitters there.
But absolutely nothing. Like, so to try and get on that stage on a Sunday night, you've got to be a step above everyone else. But to get there, you've got to do gigs in front of audiences, haven't you?
Oh yeah, you got to earn your stripes. Yeah,
Exactly.
got to do the time. I mean, so how do you go about choosing the comedians to jump on your place?
So I'm a big Football Manager fan,
Right,
right?
okay.
If
Who's
you've
your
got
team?
ADHD,
Are you Liverpool?
Tranmere Rovers usually.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
If
Arsenal.
I play one particular football, I play Football Manager 2015 because it's the one that works best on my 10-year-old laptop.
Brilliant.
Two teams I will always pick. I will pick Norwich when they were pretty decent,
Yeah,
or I will pick Tranmere Rovers. Um, but picking comedians for who you want at a gig is exactly like Football Manager.
mm,
You have your levels of comedian you want assigned to do certain spots, and you
yeah,
know if they get better, you'll have them open or you'll have them close in 18 months' time.
yeah.
You'll
100%. Build that loyalty. Yeah, that training, and yeah.
exactly you have to go and I find it always best to see who you want to put on.
Mm. Okay. So do
I
you request
feel you can
videos?
I like going to watch.
Right.
Honestly,
Okay. Cool.
I would rather watch someone go smash and then go right. You've just I've got a friend, a really good friend of mine. He's done it just a bit shorter than I have. Um, but he's managed to get on the open mic at Hot Water when Adam Rose headlined twice
Cool.
in the last 4 months, and he's absolutely smashed it. And I thought, well, if he can smash it with Adam Rowe coming on straight after him, in front of 250 people at crowded Hot Water, he should be fine to do a loose 5 to 10 minutes in front of 12 people in the pub in Wallasey.
Yeah. Adam Rowe. I am speaking with him at some point. Don't know when I find it, but yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
chatting with Adam Rowe.
you best look that up when you because he's the next big thing out of Liverpool since Paul Smith. Him and Dan Nightingale are taking Have a Word on tour later this year,
Yeah,
doing all the arenas, aren't they? So
yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting to chat with him. So when I'm at your own venue, do you MC it?
yeah, I'll MC it. All MCing is talking to people and building a vibe, isn't it?
Okay, and so how has your crowd work sort of like improved whilst doing the MCing?
Well, I had the toughest gig, I think, of all time before I was a
Cool.
comedian.
Yep.
I was in the Royal Navy for 8 years.
Awesome.
And for 2 of those years, my job was recruitment.
Awesome.
And I had to go round to schools and colleges and give a PowerPoint presentation to students aged 15 to 18. And if
Okay.
that isn't one of the toughest fucking gigs on the planet, I don't know what. It's to keep an hours long PowerPoint entertaining.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That is a very hard gig. I used to do cold calling, trying to sell investments over the phone. So if you got one out of 100 people not telling you to fuck off, it builds it up a little bit. So what about like hecklers and stuff? How do you deal with them now?
honestly, they always say, obviously, at the start of a gig, as an MC, you always give the rules out. Please don't talk when the acts are on, so on and
Yeah.
so forth. I don't mind if people talk because you like to say, because you can hear people murmuring at a gig.
Hmm.
And especially if you're on later, we're the ones who've been talking aside. You're sat at the back of that room,
Watching
you're
them, yeah.
watching the room, and you know where people are talking from. You listen to the MC and getting, obviously, the MC of a comedy venue will speak to the first 2 rows easily. So
Yeah.
you'll pick up on that vibe, but you'll pick up on the people at the back, and you just make sure you pick out something from them and you shut them down straight away. Like you acknowledge that they're there and that they've been talking, and then you call them out on some sort of bullshit, and they will be fucking quiet straight away,
Okay,
like a
so you
kid
you,
being
you
told
slap
off.
them down then. That's your way of doing it.
Yeah,
Yep,
like
cool.
I was at Hot Water last night, which was nice. I got pulled out the shoe, 200 people there.
Nice.
Got to be a really incredible lineup. Jojo Sutherland, Dawn Bailey,
Yeah.
and Kay Nicholson were the pros on. And it was a rowdy night. There must have been 7 or 8 birthday parties going on.
Oh, okay.
I was on in the last section. I was on before JoJo, and obviously she's a true pro. Um, and I just went on it. I could hear you can hear the rustling of people getting to like 9 o'clock, 6, 7 pints in. And I went, whose birthday is it? And loads of people went, "Way!" And I went, no one gives a fuck. And it just shut them up then.
Okay.
And it was just a way of acknowledging that they were out to enjoy their birthday.
Hmm.
But there are 150 other people in this crowd that couldn't give a shit what day you were born on.
Okay, I like that. So let's do a hypothetical here. You book me for your gig. You've not seen me before, and I go on, and I don't just butcher it. I bomb as hard as you can. I've pissed off everyone. I've offended everyone in the room. I get booed off, like the worst thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah.
MC, how would you bring the room back?
What I do is I try and make light of it or apologize to people. Look, I took a gamble with this lad. It's not worked out. Won't be coming back, etc. Let's just. There's no point in putting a comedian on after that. You don't want someone to die.
Yeah.
Absolutely stink it up like an abattoir where the fucking lackey's been gone off 5 days.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
bring someone. You can't bring someone onto that. So you just have a break. You say, look, let's reset the room. Let's all have a drink.
yeah.
Try and forget what's just happened, and we'll start fresh in 10 minutes' time. Like,
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. To be honest. Yeah,
there's a good friend of mine, Mark Quinn. He's a very, I wouldn't say he was alternative, but he's very out there in what he does. And whenever I book him, I will either book him to close a section or to do an open,
okay.
because I know he'll do 15 minutes as an open. And I go, right, Brill, that was great. Let's have a reset. Everyone have a drink, and then we can
Yeah,
reset into the next section.
yeah. Because I say it must be hard sort of designing a bill because like you wouldn't want to do let's say like 5 acts all one-liners or 5 acts all alternative comedians. Like,
That's why I like to go see people. I have like lists upon lists in my phone of who I'd like to book, and then when I book them. And I try not to. There's so many gigs. I know this sounds like woke bullshit, but I hate gigs where you see it's just five white middle-aged men, and there's a
yeah,
white middle-aged man. Like, I couldn't be more stereotypical. Like, I had a minor mental breakdown. Therapy didn't work for me. I started comedy. There was nothing more cliche than
yeah,
that, is there? Really? And I can't stand seeing a bill where it's just five middle-aged white fellas, one after another, and you go, two-thirds of these jokes are going to be the same.
yeah. That's the only bit annoying. That's the bit that gets me is when you sort of know, oh, okay, we're 2 minutes into their set, you know how the set's going to go. It's going to go
Yeah.
okay. But it's going to be the same regurgitated jokes that the other ones have done, just from a different angle. You haven't learned anything new. You haven't learned from a new aspect, and it's just like, yeah, completely
So
agree.
I like booking. So the gig I've got coming up, I've got Kieran Lawless headlining, who runs Creatures in Manchester.
Yep,
I've got Mark Quinn opening, and then as my middles, I've got a woman called Shawnee Farrelly, who's from
cool.
Birmingham now, lives in Stafford. She's great, but she's a complete different to Mark and Kieran, who are both completely different to each other. Who are the other two middles? I've got a guy called Sam Freeman, who's been going a long time. He's doing like a play at the moment. He just did a big thing for the play Tick Tick Boom, the musical. Did a
Okay,
run in
awesome.
Theatre Fluid in Wrexham, and he did all like their graphic design and posters and video promotions. But he's very different to everyone else, and like it's nice to see people and go, this is how I want my gig to play out. I know
Yeah,
exactly where and when I want people. As I said, it's Football Manager. You're playing with a tactic of you're the creative midfielder, to cliche it, holding everything together. You want your solid centre back to open, and you want your headliner to fucking score, and everyone else just needs to be a bit different in the middle.
yeah. No, I like that. I like that, and like you're saying, it is a lot more strategic than the initial plans go into it. And yeah, you've got to analyze every sort of little fine detail to make sure you are putting people in the right order, bringing the right acts on to make sure you're having the perfect night going. Like completely,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
completely agree with that. You did mention like, do you think the comedy world is becoming a little bit woke, or is that just more of a southern thing?
No, I don't think it, like up here. I suppose one of the guys I do comedy with now, he's just gone to Edinburgh Fringe. He's had the 5-star review. A guy called Tim Bigelow,
Mm,
really nice fella. He's from Dorset. Um, he came from the London scene. He was living on the barge in London,
Well,
and he said 2/3 of the stuff you see up north, like book 10 minutes or open mics, you would be cancelled straight away in London for.
yeah,
Like there is no make, even if you're making an abortion joke about yourself,
yeah,
that would be like you. People would be like, "Oh, you can't."
yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'll give
well,
it. I'll,
I know
I'll give you an
London
example of that,
comedians.
Tom. I'll give you an example of that. I used to open my set in London, and it's shit. Looking back, it's shit. But I used to open it with, "Oh, I'm not a fan of the left. They made it so you can't laugh at fat people anymore. Makes this job a lot harder." Like it's shit. I know it's shit, but they'd get pissed off at that, and that's not even baby level. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's nothing.
And to be fair, up here, there's somewhere you can go with that. You could be like, there's another joke where you can go, like, when I try and make jokes about myself, I'm scared I'll cancel myself.
Mm.
But as you said, people get upset about that. There's so many. There's a guy who lives in Manchester, South Wales, comedian, really lovely fella, runs a gig called Heckles Neckles.
Yep.
Stuart Thomas, he's taken a gig up to Edinburgh called Chonk, where everyone is sort of obese or overweight, and they make light of it, I
Mm.
suppose, in their own way.
Yeah.
And then he has a token thin act on as
That's
part of
cool.
the gig.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the same with there's a comedian in Liverpool called Shay Burnley, great guy. He MCs a wrestling promotion called Atomic Wrestling in Liverpool. He runs a gig in the Royal Court, which is really good, iconic theatre for me. It's where I first went to see comedy in Liverpool, like pre-hot water. But he runs a gig in there that's a black variety night.
Awesome.
To open the night, he will have a token white person on.
Awesome. Yep.
And he will encourage them to do mildly edgy stuff towards the end of their set, and like as a gag, and like get like a cane out, like pull them back in with it, sort of thing.
Oh, what would you like they do like black jokes and stuff?
Well, like go, oh, being a white person's really difficult in it. Like I'm doing a bit about diversity at the moment. Like I support Tranmere Rovers, and Tranmere Rovers football club's nickname is the Super White Army,
Okay.
which
Cool.
is funny in itself.
Yeah.
Like the BBC made them take a banner down
Mm.
because it said Super White Army when they were
That's
playing like Spurs
ridiculous.
one week in the
Yeah.
FA Cup. But when you live in an area where diversity is a minimal, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like there's something inherently funny about that.
I'll tell you one I saw today, and I've got to give full credit. It was on Kill Tony. And I can't believe I've never realised this till the age of 33. But ginger is an anagram for the N word.
It's taking you that long. No,
Never like how was that? How have I never heard that before? Like
there's
that's
loads of comedians that make that, ginger comedians especially, who will make that joke.
never. I literally had to like spell it out. I was like, shit. It is like, yeah, I've never heard that before.
I'm not abandoning yet. I'm just trying to get the light a bit better. Let's see what
All
we
right,
can get.
brother.
That's a bit
Uh,
better, maybe.
it's more romantic now. So, okay, I've got. Can you hear me still, Tom?
I
Okay,
can
cool.
hear you back.
Cool. So, I've got a question. Like, before you started comedy, and I was exactly the same. I was like, oh, I'd watched the professionals. I hadn't seen much, like raw comedy, open mics, all that. And I thought, oh, it's going to be easy. I'm going to smash this. The circuit level and even to open mic level of comedians is so good.
Oh, definitely. You go to a gig and you will go, right, this is where I want to be, or how do I get a paid gig? And you look on like a forum and someone's offering a paid gig,
Yeah.
and there'll be people who are doing big gigs in a week, and then be like, I just want to run out a new 10, but I
Yeah.
know it's good enough that I can go do a middle for 50 quid down the road, and they'll
Yeah.
apply for the same gig you're doing, and they will more than likely get the spot because they are the more known comedian, they are a more experienced stalwart, and they're a reliable name to this promoter, I suppose.
Yeah.
Ooh, there we go.
Oh, there you go, again the crib view. Yeah, so the level is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I like asking this question. What's the worst thing you've ever seen someone do on stage?
Uh, there was a guy at Hot Water the week before I managed to get on,
Hmm,
maybe 2 weeks. He was a Romanian fella,
cool.
and he just ranted about black people. That was his whole bit,
Okay.
and that was bad. Like the whole thing was bad.
Well,
Um,
from like a creative, funny perspective, or just like
no,
a rant.
no, it was someone clearly in the middle of a bad mental breakdown. Uh,
Fucking hell.
Clearly, someone where his friends must have gone, "Go on, lad, you can do this. You've got
Ugh.
something." And I think one of the things because it's difficult to find open mics wherever you live,
Yeah.
or like as you know in London, I looked at a spreadsheet and there's like 24 you can do in a week. 18 of them are bringers,
Uh,
or you have to.
no, I'll tell you now. There is when I did the first time when I first started out and I did the spreadsheet, there was 144 in London and only 32 were non-bringers.
There you go. Or
No,
and the
there's
ones
that's
that
the
the,
stat.
the ones that are non-bringers, you've got to stay till the bitter end.
Yeah, bringer, stayer. Yeah, I
Or
mean, I mentioned
is
bringer
there a
spots.
payer as well? Is the one you've got to pay to do
Some of them
five
are.
minutes?
I saw one that was like a bringer stayer for 3 minutes. Um, I've been told about payer ones. I've not seen them, but I've never done a bringer spot. I'm an activist against them. I think they're bad for the industry. They create false delusion. It's false economics through and through. And Darwinism's natural selection should come into play. If a promoter can't put bums on seats, they're not a real promoter, and it should just die on its ass. But I don't
Yeah.
gig in London anymore. Do not do it. I go around London instead,
Well,
where there is actually going to be a crowd.
I lived in Portsmouth for 4 years.
Cool. Yeah.
And the transport links between Portsmouth and London are great. I think the
Yeah.
last train home is at like 1:30 in the morning,
Perfect.
and the train was like 15 quid return. So ideal. And like, there's so many places you can gig between London and Portsmouth. You could probably hit three places like Guildford. Um, you can get to Reading in 20 minutes. You can get Milton Keynes, Rugby,
Yeah.
Watford, all within 20, 30 minutes of being in central London.
Yeah. So it is convenient like for that, but yeah, just London. London's London. Like it's quite well. It's quite big. Don't get me wrong. There are some out there in London that are absolutely killing it, and because the promoter's doing the graft. So, do you know what I mean? I'm not tarnishing them all with the same brush because there are some truly amazing ones, but it has got a very um, negative. What's the fucking word? There's a very negative stereotype on London for a justified reason
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it is like that. So, okay, I got a couple of ones I'd like to ask then. Because I was at a gig I'm gonna lie and say 2 months back because I don't want to make it obvious which one I was, and there was a of five of the act. No, that's a lie. There were 12 acts. I stayed for eight because I only went to support a mate. Four of the comedians there were blatant joke thieves.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a mate come up to me and he said to me, he was like, "Oh, behind the fridge." I was like, "What are you on about?" He went, "Look, just wait 10 seconds." Waited, then the comedian went, "Oh, and it was behind the fridge." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, he stole that." In this industry, should we be calling out joke thieves a bit more harsher?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. If you, I've seen people go up and perform famous people's jokes.
Yeah, I'm out, not just out. I'm out. Original
Yeah,
material, like
yeah, I've seen people perform stuff from Netflix specials on large stages and not
yeah.
be called out for it. And other people have pointed like I don't watch a lot of mainstream comedy anymore
No, I
because
don't anymore either. No,
because I'm gigging 3 nights a week and I'm a parent and I've got a full time job. Trying to find a balance to then find an hour to watch the new Phil Wang special on Netflix.
yeah, it's
Because,
harder. But would you
yeah.
find like as the audience, like some of them, they don't go to a lot of comedy gigs, they don't notice it,
Oh, of course.
and then I think that's quite infuriating in its own.
But yeah, they should be called out. There have been people in the Northwest have been called out and banned from certain venues
Good,
for joke
good.
thievery.
That's how I think it should be. Okay, and do you think AI has a place in comedy?
No, hate it.
Good answer. Yep.
Straight away. Like, I've known people to use AI in a funny way to go, oh, like they've been on Chat GPT and Chat GPT'd themselves, and they will come up that, oh yeah, and this is like not a well-known circuit comedian, but just someone going for 10 years, I suppose. So they've got a bit of a catalogue,
Okay.
and they've got, okay, Chat GPT, write a joke in the style of me.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
And
bad.
they will try and do some jokes and they will go, oh, actually, that one does sound like something I'd say.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it takes away the complete
I
creative.
make sort of fun of it. I think the best way to write a joke is you can have an idea and you can put it into ChatGPT and it will bounce back off you in your voice because that's what it does. It mimics what you put into it. I find the best way to write something is you write it yourself and better it each week, or you sit with other people and you bounce the idea off people.
Yeah. No, I got, but and also trial and error on stage. Bomb. I must admit,
Because
I've only used AI for one thing, and that was to design the logo for this podcast because I'm dog shit at creativity. Like, no, not good. I mean, I'm dog shit at designing like art and shit. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
did use AI to create my logo. Like, so, but then have I then taken the job off somebody who could have designed a logo for me?
maybe like I've got a logo for DIY comedy, and I paid them 40 quid, and then I should pay them £20 a month when they do my posters. But if they haven't done a poster that month, I will still give them a tenner.
Yeah.
So it pays for the logo in general. Like, yeah, and it's been nice because I've been able to give a friend of mine a consistent, like, not a big deal of money, but it's enough to like get your bus for a couple of days or whatever.
It's also the fault as well. The
And
fact
then
that you're saying that your time is worth money.
I get to tag them every month and go poster designed by this person.
Yeah, yeah, no, that is nice. I mean, I feel it's because when I did this, I sort of like I
Not
come
trying
up
to
with
make
the
you feel bad
idea.
or anything.
Pardon?
I'm not trying to make you feel bad.
It was because like when I had this idea, I was going to Spain the next day, so I just decided I wanted to fuck off for 4 days. I was like, right, when I come back, I want to literally get this booked in straight away. I was like, right, I just want to jump straight on it. I thought of the name in my sleep. I was like, I thought of the name. What can I do with this name? Let me try a podcast. And I was like, oh, let me just dick about with some things. I was like, oh, wait, that looks cool. Let me just. I think it was like the third one I looked. I was like, yeah, fuck it, that'll do. And then basically, I think it's more me just being lazy. Like that was sort of how it ended
Yeah,
up.
well, that's what AI is, though, isn't it? It's complacency.
Yeah, and one thing I do like doing with AI is seeing how far I can push it until it tells me it can't do that and recommends me getting like therapy. I do like going down that rabbit hole with it.
Well, I
Like,
don't know because a lot I listen to as a middle-aged white man. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to like a news one every day, and usually you'll pick up something from that that could be inherently funny that day. Like if you go do an open mic, if you've heard something on the news that day that someone else might not have picked up on, it's a fresh joke you can use for a couple of weeks.
yes, so you do quite a
Well,
lot
they
of
were saying
contemporary stuff.
I will do like I've got jokes recently that well, I suppose I wrote a couple of jokes back in December and January, both about Greg Wallace and John Turone.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Um, and it sort of faded off a bit with them in March. They weren't like in the new, and then it all came back round again. As MasterChef is now back on the BBC, so they've got another 6 months life in them yet before I have to write another two bits.
It's like one of them. I was like, you do like a police hate crime. And every time it happens in the news, you're the only one cheering for it. Like,
Going,
yes,
yes,
get that
yes,
material out.
Greg.
There's
Yes,
another
Greg, when
reader
you're
role.
on.
Yes, get it.
You double down on this Z-list celebrity because you're keeping this joke alive.
Oh, what's her fucking name? Peter Andre and
Katie Price.
You had a joke about Katie Price. That's pretty much, timeless
Well,
now, isn't it? Like,
it's incredible. That I had the telly on with my girlfriend at the weekend, and I thought they'd made a TV series of the very popular 2000s Disney franchise, The Princess Diaries.
oh yeah, cool, yeah.
Put it on because it said season 3, episode 1, and I was like, oh wow, there's been 3 seasons. I've not seen this on any
Yeah.
website. The Princess Diaries was about Katie Price's daughter, Princess,
Fucking hell.
and she'd had 3 seasons of this.
I don't understand. Who watches this shit? Who's like after season 2? Well, this was so good. We need to do a third one. Who's
Who
fucking doing it?
commissioned it? Who
Yeah.
went, this is a good... Did someone go, oh, did ITV go, oh shit, we've got Katie Price on retainer, but we can't use her at the moment because there's a big human shit on her chest on Twitter. We need to stop any Katie Price content, but maybe we can say, look, Katie, we'll pay you the money, but we'll just follow your daughter around getting trolleyed for 3 weeks.
Oh, mate, she would sell her children for a bit of fucking publicity.
Well, she does. She does tell it. It's the whole point of because even like Harvey, as I said, Princess does this TV series for ITV. Yeah. On the series was Katie Price's son with Peter Andre, what's he called, Junior?
I ain't got a fucking
which is a funny, imagine being a 60-year-old man called Junior. Like, the only place you can get away with that is in a Caribbean Dominoes club, man.
Yeah, like, I feel that.
He can't be walking around fucking Birkenhead in his 60s and we were going, all right, Junior, lad. And he's like, all right, can I have a pint of Werbies?
Yeah, when do you lose that? Like Bobby Jr., Daryl Jr., because they always named after their father. Like, what age do you like lose the junior part?
When you kill your dad. So when you go full like Hamlet or Oedipus, you kill your dad. Highlander, there can be only one. You cut your dad's head off and you take the full name.
God, Tom, I'll end it with this one. I've done the bomb question, so I'll do this one. So let's say we were talking to Thomas 2 years ago, never done comedy before. You're speaking about it. What advice would you have given yourself?
Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. It's so much stress. I suppose, like, I live a very busy life. Like, I have a 9 to 5. I have a child. I have a girlfriend that doesn't live within 20 minutes of where I live. I have a very busy life. It's hard. You have to be mentally prepared. And as I said, that's it. Most comedians are not mentally prepared because I expect one starting out are doing it as therapy for people who can't afford therapy. And when you have a bad gig and you're starting out, you have to be able to find your people in comedy so quickly to go, oh my God, man, I've had a bad gig. But it can take you 6 or 7 months before you start making those comedian friends who understand, oh my God, I just died here. Oh my God, the worst thing happened to me. The other week I I wrote a joke about doing role play.
Okay, cool.
And I'd written, like, because it was going to the Fringe, I was taking this bit to the Fringe because it was just silly jokes. Like, I tried role play with my girlfriend with the letter B. We did bowl play. That was one for our spare time. Sure. Strike that. Silly joke like that. But I had them written down because I hadn't written A to Z. I'd written like A, B, C, D, F, H, I, J, L, M, Y, Z, etc. I had them written down on a whiteboard. And the first person I asked and didn't realise, like, can you pick a letter off this board? They were blind.
Brilliant. Fucking love that.
Blind, right? Everyone's laughing. And I'm like, oh, because I just thought I'd fucked up. I just thought it was too dark for them. It wasn't until they got up half an hour later with their stick that I went, oh, shit, this person's blind. Oh. And I died. And, like, you can talk to your friends about that, and they're like, you fucking muppet. You can talk to your comedian friends about that, and they're like, there's something in that. Like,
everything can be a bit. Yeah.
If you are going to die, that is the funniest way to do it.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is. And if he told you at the time, there could have been a lot of material to work with.
Honestly, yeah, it was. But I think you have to find or have. It's like going to Weight Watchers or something. But find your support group,
Yeah.
make your friends quickly, and be a good judge of character, I suppose. Because if
Yeah.
you pick the wrong friend group, like it can go,
Don't get in with the
south.
bad kids.
Yeah, like I'm too old to be doing drugs and
Yeah.
staying up till 5 in the morning. But I've ended up on nights out where I've been up till 5 in the morning,
Yeah.
and I've gone. I'm too old for
Yeah.
this.
Because it's not
What
just
am
the
I
next
doing?
day, it's the day
What
after now, isn't it?
what am
Like
I
it's the
doing going
3 day
to a club
recovery.
with a bunch of 24, 25-year-olds?
Yeah.
Like that's the Fonz behaviour, and we're 50 years past happy days. Like people
Yeah.
call the Fonz a fucking nonce for that now. Like that shouldn't have been me, man.
Is that you need to accept that reality that we are getting older, unfortunately. Right, Tom, this has been absolutely brilliant, man. Thank you ever so much for coming on.
No, thanks for having me on, pal. Once you come up to Stoke in 2027,
Well,
like
I'm coming up in October. I promise I'm doing that, but I'm only coming up for a day.
I was gonna say, you need to make the most of being in that, not like Stoke's the Midlands, but you need to make the most of having like it's 40 minutes on the train from Stoke to Liverpool, it's 40 minutes to
Right.
Manchester, it's 40 minutes to Leeds, 40 minutes to Sheffield.
Yeah.
Make the most of that sort of outside knowledge and see, I suppose, how different the north is in comedy to the south.
I am looking forward to it. I've got to be honest. I am. But yeah, that'll be next year. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And cheers, Tom, for
Pleasure,
cranking on.
pleasure chatting to you, Dan. Have a great evening.
Cheers.